Well, more and more people are finding themselves part of blended families these days. Many struggle to fit in and have trouble being accepted. Author Angelaon knows all about it, and she joins us on the show now. Angela, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're a second wife
Yes.
and a stepmum. What's that been like for you?
Well, I like to describe it as, you know, it's like marrying into a village. So you meet the man, you fall in love with him, but what you don't see is this village of people all standing right behind him that have an impact and an influence on your relationship. So for me in the beginning, that was very difficult to sort of get my head around. But I've also been able to create a really great relationship with my husband's ex-wife and her family, which was a real conscious decision on everybody's behalf.
Wow.
And then also I have a great relationship with my stepsons, who are now a lot older. They're 21 and they're 19. And, you know, I have my own son as well, who's 8. And I have my husband.
How old were the boys when you first got together?
They were really young. They were like 4 and 6.
Okay.
Oh.
So, you know, we've gone through all the different emotions and all the different
They have the whole thing, you know,
things.
you're not my mother, you don't get to tell me what to do, why are you here?
Yeah, and I think there's lots of stuff like that. And, you know, that all comes down to, you know, timing, because it takes a long time to build a lot of these relationships, you know, and it also comes down to a level of respect. And I think if everybody can understand everybody's place in the family, then things start to, you know, it takes a good 2 to 3 years to blend a family. The first year will always be your hardest.
And it's because more and more people are a part of blended families. That is life.
Yes.
And often I think, you know, you think about stepmothers, and over kind of time, it's always the wicked stepmother, isn't it? It's always the bad stepmother. What is some good advice that you would have for a woman who is sort of embarking on this new, you know, she's madly in love with this man, but it is difficult because kids and all of that can make it a nightmare scenario?
Look, it's all about just taking your time with it. I think, you know, being realistic and understanding that the village exists. You know, don't be naive, and also go in with the best of intentions, but take off the rose-coloured glasses, you know?
You set time aside
Always
for being with your stepkids?
Set time aside for the stepchildren and work on building that bond. That's very important because, you know, the stepchildren want to feel like when they come into your home that they're part of that situation as well, that they have a safe home, that they feel like they're part of something. That's definitely important.
But what about no favouritism? I wonder about this. How can you not favour your own kids over your stepkids?
Like, how did your son feel when you were giving all this attention to these new kids, these new brothers that he didn't ask for?
There's a big age gap between my son and also my stepsons. So it's been great because they've actually really bonded when he was a baby, and you know, the boys were around. So he's 8 now, and so it's a different scenario. But look, everyone's been able to get along well, and what I try to say is inside the family, these are the boundaries and these are the rules and these are the way that the ideas that we've run our family values on, and everybody, you know, comes in and works well with that.
So, Angela, at what point did you think there's a book in this and maybe I should be the person to write it? What was the prompt for that decision?
Did you deliberately become a stepmother just so you could write
So I could write the book, I think there was easier ways to sort of live my life, that's for sure. But no, I think what I started to realise, I've been part of the blended family for over a decade, and in that time what I really noticed is that the blended families, everything's changing. It's not the, you know, the white little picket fence, mum and dad and the 2 little kids. It started to change. And a lot of my friends were meeting men that had been married before and had, you know, ex-wives and children, all that sort of stuff, were coming to me for advice. And so I was giving all this great advice out because I had been through it and I feel like I had come out the other end, and I'm helping them dodge a bullet or two. And then I thought, there's nothing really out there for people that have been through it before. I've lived and breathed it, and I wanted to help a lot of women not only get through it, but also to be able to keep their blended families together, because the statistics of a second marriage lasting are not great.
So what's been the reception? It's gone gangbusters in the US.
Yeah, it's gone huge in the US, and that's been great. I've been accepted really well, and I think because there are so many more blended families over there, you know, it's a very big growing trend over there, and I really feel like I've put my hand up and I've stepped up to the plate to say, look, you know, I'm here to be able to give women hope that they can get through this.
I've got a stepdaughter and I find that I buy her lots of stuff and she loves me. It's really simple.
Oh, you'd be a great stepmom.
Just buy their love.
Buy the love.
Angela, it's fascinating. You are doing so well in the States, appearing on magazine covers. You've obviously got a lot of good advice for people. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And to get a copy of Angela's book, The Second Wives Guide, head to her website, secondwiveshq.com.